Hello Aces, Ace Common Fan here, this time bringing you analysis on the screenshots that we got at the Tokyo Game Show. In case you missed my live stream, well, here it is, a more shortened version of the analysis. We got also a new trailer with the gameplay, with the Cobras and Cobits, all the maneuvers. But I think the screenshots are just as important. Some people said, oh, we just got the trailer at Tokyo Game Show. But yeah, you gotta pay attention to the screenshots as well. So first of all, huge thanks to DualShockers for, they're just doing an amazing coverage of Ace Combat 7. And also, thanks to their editor, Giuseppe Nalva. They just released the screenshots when the Tokyo Game Show started, so let's take a look. So as you can see, and I'll put the link in the description in case you want to check that out by yourself. So we have the F2 again, which had been announced previously, so we already knew, but we got news. So let's scroll down till we got the screenshots. As you can see that there's lots of them, so let's quickly analyze all of them. Clicking the first one, we see the Sukhoi 33 has been confirmed, so new aircraft in the game. Then F2, of course, looks like he's carrying the LASM missiles. And an important thing here, we have the 3 strikes on the F2, but hey, there's only one in the Sukhoi 33, so that's something important to pay attention. Let's go to the next one. More shots. That's of course an Ocean Sukhoi 33, F2 again. Some maneuvers, you can see the contrails. I think they look better when compared to Ace Combat 6's contrails, because the ones in Ace Combat 6, I think they lasted too long. Here you can see they are more dense here, and they just end up fading away. And you can see this other aircraft, F-18. So let's go proceeding to the next one. And again, that's the F-18. And we got a little bit of the emblem of the F-18. It doesn't look too fancy, just a shield divided into black and white. Also a little bit on the cockpit of the F-2. You can see the little display here. That's the F-2. Don't think you can see the enemy on the radar. Let's go to the next one. Almost the same scene, but the other aircraft is a Sukhoi 33. Then again, just one strike, and then more details on the cockpit, which this is all supposed to be functional, so you're gonna see the attitude indicator moving as you fly. That's gonna be just really cool. Then we got another view with a Mirage right there in the background. It was already confirmed a long time ago. Once more, the F2. Observation place here reminds me a lot of Ace Combat 4 or Mission 3. Remember the mission with the radars? Could it be the same place? Well, we'll find that out. You can kind of see more details on the F2. Much more than Ace Combat 6. There's another picture that's better. Then again, contrails, you can see here it's a missile, and it's just nice detail on the missile smoke. You can see how it traces and how the F2 is maneuvering. I think the contrails are gonna look very nice if we have the replay option. It's long, so you can see the trajectory where you were flying. Then flares, nice lightning. You see how it's reflecting the light. This seems like an overcast scenario where it's pretty dark, so that's why you can see a lot of lightning from the flares. And I think there's a missile coming from behind that you just evaded. The missile just passed it through. Let's proceed. F2 once more. Basically, they're using Ace Combat 7 as a tool of recruitment for the Japanese Air Force. That's why you see so many Japanese planes. And we also have the F-15J that was confirmed a while ago. Then again, F2, very nice details with the paint. You can see the helmet of the pilot and all. Then formation F2, F-16, the fields. I was trying to spot any important thing on the area, on the fields, but I couldn't get anything. But they look pretty cool. Then again, this is where you see how the graphics are really good. I mean, you can zoom in, you can see the details like the fuselage, the paint, very nicely done. And then this is where we get to the interesting part. Of course, as you can see, F-35s, the one thing I noticed, why are you carrying missiles outside? Why you're not using the stealth? Why did you pay so much and you're not using the stealth? And we also have, from what I was told, it is an external fuel tank, but OCO, why you do this? Why you're not getting the stealth out of it? Now, let's take a look at this city. This city is the same one close to the space elevator. Very nice details. You can see the little boats down here. Look at the little guy. You can see the Ferris wheel, the globe, the weird buildings. I have no idea how to explain that. And this city, you're gonna see more in the other screenshot. This city is based on Singapore. It's pretty much the same as Singapore. It's a stranger version of Singapore. And there in the background, you have the bridge that goes into the space elevator from, you know, behind the port. Then again, F-35 with missiles on the outside. Why? This does not make sense. Weapons base seems to be open here, and we are in the fields. Another screenshot that shows the detail that I put. You can see, you know, the bridges, crazy buildings. But look, they even put the pedestrian bridge. Like, how cool is that? This is like a little stadium where you can have a seat and watch the stuff. It is also based on Singapore. They should have, like, you know, a soccer field or a football field, like a little mega float here. And Asian, I think, history museum or something like that. This is all based on Singapore. Just take a look on Google Maps after, and it's pretty much the same. And you see more of the port here and the bridge. Like, it kind of fades out. Interesting that we don't have the strike now. From what it says in the article, this is supposed to be mission 4 of the game. So looks like we don't have the strike yet. So probably Trigger is still seen as one of the good pilots at mission 4. Skipping that, we have another nice view of the F-35 with the city. A different angle because the space elevator is here to the right side, although you can't see. Lots of cranes, you know, building stuff, suggesting that, you know, the region is growing, probably because we have the space elevator there. You know, the economy is booming and all of that. Lots of skyscrapers. I mean, it is Singapore, and you also have trees. I think I've seen 2 different types of trees already in the screenshots. So, different version of trees. And one of the things I'm gonna do, as soon as I get ACECOM 7, is crash into a tree, see if I'm gonna explode or not. There you go. Then you see the space elevator right there with the bridge, you know, going there on the other part, you know, beside the port. F-35 again. Some towers, very nice addition to the detail. Look at the textures on the buildings, very nicely done. Many of them are 3D, even like these ones. They are tiny buildings, but they are still 3D, it's not just a texture. So very nice detail. Proceeding, we have the F-35 on the airbase, you know, preparing for takeoff. This is the same hangar that we've seen in the E3 demo, you know, round one, small, dark. On the VR version, we're gonna have a different hangar, if you guys haven't seen that already. And once more, why are you carrying your missiles outside the F-35? That does not make sense. Another view, more detail, the grass, and the Hercules. That's from where that scene on the trailer where we see the F-16s actually taking off. That must be the same base. Then here's the interesting thing. It looks like the same base, I think. I've tried looking for runway 18 in Singapore. I haven't found. I think this is actually a different location other than the stranger version of Singapore. But interesting thing to note, smoke. So it means something is burning. There's something going on. Maybe a surprise attack. They're scrambling. I mean, someone's taken damage already. It feels like, you know, first flight from AceCOM 5, that mission. You gotta take off while the enemy's attacking you. Let's proceed. Then again, very nice shot from the city. You see the stadium. I think that's Singapore's national stadium or something like that. And it's gonna be harder for chopper wannabes because it's most of the stadium is closed. There's only a little bit of an open area, so you can't crash there so easily. Continuing on, we have the cockpit of the F-35. Very nice detail. I'm hoping lots of stuff are gonna be functional. I think the heading looks like it's functional because we have the sun there and the sunset sets on the west, of course, so it looks like the heading is functional. I'm wondering if all of these other panels are gonna be functional, as you know, as you switch the engine output or you change the weapons. You see there's the chaff count here, although it looks like what, 20? And then flares there's 10. I don't know how that's gonna work, but hopefully that's gonna be functional. And you see the different architecture. You have, you know, the older buildings with the newer, the skyscrapers, and you see more of the port there with the space elevator on the back. Then some more detail. That's the port area close to the space elevator. You can see there's a military, I mean a navy ship there. There's also a container ship, like a civilian ship right there in the back. Nice detail to the bridge. You know, there's even the things on the side to, you know, to grab on so the cars they don't fall. And if you look closely, there are some facilities around the space elevator. Looks like a lot of container shipping and that stuff. And talking about the structure of the space elevator, is the first ring, the second ring, the third ring, and then we have the base. And then you see there's this, you know, round building, and there's lots of theories of, you know, going vertically down space elevator as a tunnel mission. Of course, it goes on the ground, so that's not gonna happen unless, of course, we break a hole somewhere else and get out of it. But we gotta see. It looks very small to me, but we need the game to compare the size. And then you have the sun setting back there. Still same city, and if you notice the clouds, they got lower this time. So maybe we're gonna have a variable altitude for the clouds, and you know, they're gonna change as we go through the mission. But still same city, just different angle, more cranes and all that. Then see the clouds go up a little bit, almost same shot. And then I got the port, and I think that was a very interesting, because if you look at the containers, they're all 3D. I mean, look at that detail. It's not texture, they are actual 3D. Lots of detail, a lot on the cranes, on the ships, on the containers, on the buildings themselves. A lot of 3D stuff, very nicely modeled by Project Aces. Continuing on, another view, you can see even better here that it's all 3D, not just a texture. I mean, the only texture is for, you know, the streets and that kind of stuff, but lots of 3D objects. And then we have the bridge to the space elevator that goes here and goes into the bay, and you can then again compare. It's Singapore. It's the same shape of the port. I've already compared. It's a stranger version of Singapore. And then you go bridge again. More screenshots of the bridge, because that's always good. And look at the texture here. In this building, this mall, you can see there's a little pattern here. Very nicely done. And you see the stadium that I've mentioned before. Only a section of it is open. So if you wanna try to be Chopper, you only have a small part. And again, boats. Lots of boats. Nice detail. Nice detail. Different angle. You see the weird looking building. It's like a barrel sort of shape. And we have an aerial view of the city, Singapore, more of the outskirts, you know, golf courses, highways, hills and forests, and all of that. Another part of the city with another port that again also exists in Singapore. You can look it up and look at that detail. I think this is like a construction area too. And then we have the sunset scene. We have seen this before in the other trailer, and I'm still wondering if we're gonna have 1 or 2 missions in the same place, because as you can see, the weather has changed, the lighting has changed. Or it could be also a longer mission where it takes more time and you can see the sun gradually going down to get a different lighting. We will see once we get the game, but very nice detail. The shadows too coming from the sun and all that. Another from that area, and then you see clouds are really low. They're like basically on the ground. If you go through this cloud, you might hit a building or something because you can't see. So that's something I'm really excited for. You know, different weather, variable altitude for the clouds, and you know, the dynamic environment changing throughout the mission. And here we come back to the end. We see again the F2, the Sukhoi 30, 3 strikes, 1 strike. And yeah, we came back. Those were the new screenshots of Ace Combat 7. Very nice details. You can see that the texture has improved a lot. That was the, where is it? That F2. Where's that F2? The really nice one. I mean, look at this. That's just beautiful. And we got some more information on the city. I think they mentioned that the city is Farbanti. It's just a minor mistake. It's not Farbanti, it's the city close to the space elevator, as you can see in the pictures. And very realistic. I mean, this is like 100% based on Singapore. You can look it up in Google Maps after. Very well done. Nice models, nice containers, I gotta mention that. Nice building textures, nice trees, and all of that good stuff. So anyways guys, this was the analysis for the Tokyo Game Show screenshots for Ace Combat 7. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and you know, hats off to Project Aces because they're doing an amazing job with these screenshots. I'll leave it to that. If you're looking for more Ace Combat 7 videos, you can check my playlist there. And if you noticed something that I didn't in the screenshots, please let me know in the comments. This was Ace Combat Fan, and see you guys next time.